Right, so I'm actually going to need Kazim, you to help me out with the demo quite a bit. I'm going to be calling you a lot. First of all, I want to start with the fact that this has been a very humbling experience to see all of you over here, to spend your weekend, to spend your time and energy, to actually create something that we not only value, but actually has fueled the passion of the work that we're doing in Spaces right now. So this is a really great way for me to actually show what everything that you've said is something that we have kept in mind, we are working on, and yeah, no further ado, let's just go into it. So this is the space between me and Kazim. Kazim, I sent you a link to my space over here, if you could join it. I do want to show some of the features that we have coming in Spaces. A lot of them are in beta, but depending on the customer, depending on the user that it is, we have made it available for them to use to get a lot of feedback. One of the things that I personally find something really nice, and you can always let me know, is we're trying to have it more interactive. So we have themes coming up where you could see it as a winter theme right now. I know different countries, different themes, and different seasons, but yes, we will soon have multiple different themes that you can have. You could have your own companies and stuff like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. Going into the meeting room, one of the main things that I do want to start with is the fact of the fatigue to say, hey, can you guys mute yourself if you're not talking? Like, that's such a pet peeve, right? Like, you just keep saying, can you mute yourself? Or like, X, I can hear your dog barking, I can hear the construction work, can you mute yourself? So one of the main things we actually did is AI noise removal. And this is a huge thing. In Avaya, we have stopped saying the words, can you mute yourself if you're not talking, right? Like, that's just not something that happens. But the moment someone forces us to use another application, we're like, oh my God, this is so terrible. Like, they need to start using our solution instead. So AI noise removal is something that we have in production. A lot of our customers are using it and giving us feedback. So please let us know if that is something that you've used and what your experience is. Coming into AI immersion presentation mode, one of the things we have made available is when you are presenting, you're able to show yourself right at the bottom over here. So let me actually share my screen and show you what it looks like. Let's share my screen. I'm going to switch on my camera as well. There you go. And I should be seen at the bottom over here. Is my camera not? Oh, there. Now you see me. So right at the bottom over there. It's like I exist in two places in the same world. So this is a very neat thing. I know Toolwires use this as well. It is very simple. It's very interactive. Rather than having to see the user in a different box altogether, you can actually point it. So depending on where you are, you can actually point saying, hey, this is what is going on in the presentation and this is where we want it to be. So this is one of the functionalities. We have the other one that we have commonly started using is immersive features, like are your users in a hall, are they in a classroom, are they in a boardroom, like what kind of situation that you want to do. So let's say if you wanted to do a lecture panel. Let's go to immersive room over here. So over here you can see me and Kazim in a bar. I don't drink Kazim, I don't know what you think. The robotic arm doesn't work for me. Unless you give me like orange juice mixed with lemon. So. Yeah, something like that. But you can easily change it into a boardroom setting. So now he and I are making decisions of this world, the entire crisis of climate change.
This is when you don't want to attend meetings. So it's on the table.
I agree. And one of the things that I heard was when you're playing games, right? So like NBA and all of these games, they wanted a situation where you could see the users actually sitting in the halls and actually, depending on the seat that you've paid. If say I paid $100 and somebody else paid 50, I'm shown bigger, somebody else is shown smaller. So video processing of every single video user to be able to be separated out and to be shown in a separate manner. Similarly, we have classroom setup as well. So if you have educational customers who wanted to make it look like in this manner, that is possible as well. Another thing that we find very important in our meetings is when you have concert view. So for example, there are all-hand meetings that we have amongst ourselves. So for example, if Susie's leading a meeting and we have like 60 people, we want Susie to stay in the center and everybody to be around her, right? So this is this is one of the features that we use at that time. So you're able to focus on the teacher. So similarly in education, similarly in any of your meetings that you have at that point. So going on from there, let's go on to, we have included virtual background as well. So we have blur, we have image. If this is something you want to start viewing and start using, please let me know, and we can start making beta solutions available for you as well. One of the things I do want to mention is bandwidth usage. We're very cognizant of the fact that more and more people have started using solutions remote. And when it comes to bandwidth, you could be having you, your partner, your children all using internet at the same time. So having the ability to choose at what video quality you want to do, you can save bandwidth and actually have a better experience. We also have it automatically detecting it at that point to be able to show you how much it is. I don't know if you're able to see this corner right over here, there are like green bars for me. Can you notice that? So it actually tells me, okay, you know, how the code quality that I have, whether or not this is going on. So this is a very good way for us to automatically detect that as well. What else do I have? I can't remember the stuff that I wanted to show. I'm like, well, scared, but no, yeah. So these are some of the stuff. Are there any questions of Spaces or any feedbacks that you would like me to address at this point? Actually, oh, now I remember, Spaces Oracling. Okay, I want to bring this up, and this is a great place to do it. One of the main things that we were working on is how do we take the Aura solutions that our customers have and actually include it inside of Spaces. So to be able to dial phone numbers, to be able to have the ability to text messages, to be able to send MMS from Spaces itself. And that is something that we already have. So let me actually go to Kazim over here. So there are multiple ways I could just call Kazim on his phone. Either I can click this phone button over here, or I can click the phone button over here. Either or works for me at this point. As soon as I look at it, it looks at the active directory I have and the phone number that I have for him. So right now I'm making a call to Kazim, and this is an Aura call, so this is based on phone number. But here's the part, go ahead, pick it up, no issues. One of the fancy things about this is the fact that it has AI noise removal. So the AI noise removal you had for your meetings, you not only have it there, but you have it on our Aura calls as well. So anytime you make a call from Spaces, it won't hear the background noises, your construction workers or you know, your kids banging toys in the background. I don't know, like choose the noise you like at that point. And this is a game changer. There's nobody in the market who, for their voice solution, for calling on phone numbers, actually has AI noise removal. Now, any functionality that you see on Spaces, why am I talking about it in this space when we were doing all Spaces APIs and the work? Every functionality that you see over here, we're actually creating them as microservices, creating public APIs for them, and be able to provide you with all of those public APIs. So anything that you see over here tomorrow is something that you can build on, create products, and actually create something that's viable in the market and actually sellable. Questions? No? Come on, something. I'll give you a Spaces shirt if you ask me a question. No incentive?
Okay,
Yes.
I'll ask you a question.
But I gave you one, so.
I know, I don't need the shirt, but thank you, I'd love it.
Yes.
So we have blur on our virtual background, but we don't have the images yet.
Yes.
Is that separate?
Yes, so those are two different features that we have. We do have one image as of now, but we are coming out with more and more and more. And just like the other solutions as well, right? So just give us a little time and we'll get it. And again, that will also be an API that can be consumed.
Cool. And then one other comment. We had a workshop with a bunch of research scientists and professors from around the country at the University of North Carolina last week.
Okay.
It was 102 people, 40 were in the room, and 60 were online, 100% in Spaces, and for 2 days. And the cool thing about Spaces is you can pretty much see everybody online and in the classroom at the same time. They set up one laptop as kind of the the webcam as the major. But the muting controls, the AI removal, and the ability to change the orientation of whether it's centered or it's everybody on the screen or lecture view turned out to be really helpful. So it helped manage a hybrid experience. And these people were blown away because they're all living in the Zoom and Teams world and they hadn't seen this before.
Thank you, and that's a great segue for me to point out. We have device integrations as well. So if you had Avaya devices like CA360, Avaya ETC020, we are working on having all of these integrated in the manner that, for example, I'll give you a use case as to what we're working on is, I'm sitting in another place and I have my, say, parents or my grandparents in the hospital. I want to be able to switch on the CU360 because I have the permission to do that. And I want to be able to view her. I want to be able to zoom in, talk to her, give her that experience, right? And that's something that we're working on, to be able to have remote access at that same time.
Cool.
And that's such a heartfelt thing. I'm so nice, yeah.
So just a question, if you're not able to join video, you're driving or in an airport, something like that,
Yeah.
can an avatar be put in the place of live video or no?
Yes, but that's not something we've started working on, but no problem. I can do that. That's possible. I didn't think of that, but yes. Talk to me and give me more information as to how you'd see it in the future, and yeah, you can get that done, no problem. Yes?
Can you control who's being displayed from like a central board or something?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can you control like who's being displayed on a screen from like a central control panel or something like that? So you can remove people, put new people up?
So that automatically does it. So so for example, some of the immersive rooms that I showed you, so if you were in a boardroom and stuff like that, right? So something that we've done when it comes to the AI part of it is if you're a panelist, we will show you in the center always. But if you speak up, then we automatically place you in a chair. So if you haven't spoken for a while and there's somebody else that speaks, we put that person in the chair. So it's very interactive, right? Like the person who's speaking is there, but if, say, nobody speaks, then the person who last spoke will automatically be occupying the chairs. So we're doing it automatically rather than, saying, okay, this person and this person supposed to be selected at that point.
What if I want to make a game show or something?
So yes, that is going to be possible as well because each of the video streams is separate. They're not something that's combined at each point, right? So we are separating each of the video streams. So, and if you wanted to do that, then that comes to the economy part, right? Like, what if we have a consumer that says, I want to charge people for the seats. So if you want to sit in the front row, then you get to pay X dollars. And if you want to pay just lesser than that, then you sit on the back seats, right? So that's very much a concept that we have in this as well.
Okay, thank you, Gunjan. Thank you for that. And the other thing is, just one last remark is all of this technology that you see, it's the foundation for all of our UCaaS and CCaaS. So CCaaS, contact center runs on top of these, and also UC runs on top of these. And you can see that this whole thing is rich media. You can do SMS calling. Now we add calling into this one, SMS, and also video natively into this bridge alone. So this itself is a huge differentiation, and this is how we can also tap into our base as well. So this is an awesome thing, guys.
Thank you so much, Susie. Now don't go yet. Excellent, please here. Jerry, I'll let you say some words.
Quick thank you to my team for Tim, Andrew, Austin, Bill, and George, and Dave Lolliman for supporting this. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Now, could the judges come back down? Because we have the Drunken Arm team. So if you can come down, you may not know, but you win a prize. You were 4th place, so come on down. Let's get Green. Come on down and take the photo. You entered the room and I thought your timing was perfect.
That's cool.
That's it. Oh, no, you can grab multiple ones. They're all to be engraved, so there you go. Everyone gets one? Excellent. Oh, it's as if by design. You couldn't ask for more.
Awesome. Mask on, maybe? Can't see your... Yep. Heavy, yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done, guys. And that's not all. You can... Oh, no, you need to return those because they're not yours yet. Megan would be angry. So, the Red Hat team, they have some goodies. So if you come on down and announce who wins your prize?
Well, thank you so much. We brought a small prize, not as elaborate as the other prizes, but something to reward the team that used the Red technology. And we had 2 teams that used our technology, and it was hard to decide who should win. I figured maybe we can vote on that. So we had the 2 teams. We had the smart paper, right? And we had the bartender. So who wants to vote for the bartender to win the prize of a Bluetooth speaker? All right. Who liked the smart paper better? I have to give it to the smart paper. Come on out here, guys. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Thank you.